Hey everybody, what's up? I want to talk about forgiveness and extending the olive branch. Those of us who are cognizant of when we may cause someone discomfort, the normal thing you would do is if you have an accident and it was your fault, you would say, "I'm really sorry about this. Let's take care of it and clean this up." If you accidentally bump into someone at the store, normally you would say, "Oh, excuse me, I'm really sorry about that." And I think that's normally what happens in most cases when you're dealing with someone who is kind, cognizant and respectful of other people. On the other hand, after having been through parental estrangement for the last decade and a half, I have been dealt some pretty significant blows, not just from my daughters, but from, I've said this before, my oldest sister, my ex-husband, his wife, etc. There's other players in this game. And I'm gonna read what I wrote down. I would never accept an apology from someone that was absolutely cohesive when they made the decision to do me wrong. Someone who has committed an intentional act of harm against me. And the reason why I would never accept an apology from that type of person is because every single second of every single day, they chose to toss me in the trash, to discard and ignore me, to shame me, to guilt me, and to gather other people to do the same. It's inexcusable because they know what they're doing and they do it anyways. I want to say also that every single second of every single day that has gone by since the incident took place, those individuals have had an opportunity to apologize, and they have not once stepped forward to do the right thing. So when we talk about forgiveness is one thing. It's extending someone else grace, regardless. It's I believe, giving someone back their stuff that they laid on you in the first place. It's the releasing of the anger, the hurt, the shame, etc., and saying, "I'm going to forgive you despite the fact. I'm going to forgive you regardless of." So forgiveness, for the most part, when it comes to coherent individuals who cause harm, forgiveness comes outside of the apology. Forgiveness happens when no apology is ever received. And you say, "Well, how can I forgive someone that hurt my feelings or that caused me intentional harm?" Well, I think to myself, first of all, I'm not that person. They have to live with themselves. They have to sleep at night. And they justify their actions in some sort of way that makes sense to them. And I have to give them to God, because if we're going to go in a faith-based answer, I didn't die on the cross for them, so I ultimately will never have to take on their sins, nor is it my job, above all, to take care of and make their heart whole. I can't do that. I'm a human being. But until I forgave, I had to carry that around with me. I had to carry all of that stuff. Most important, I think, without forgiving, there are times where you're going to be ultimately triggered, and it will affect not just when you're triggered by it or you remember what happened, but you carry it with you. And that's a load that I don't want to bear for the rest of my life. I also look at the fact that I myself have not been perfect. Have I caused harm to other people? Yes, I have. Have there been times when I didn't apologize? Absolutely. There were times when it didn't come to pass. And so, as much as I want to say they hurt me, I also hurt other people as well. So, really, I can forgive someone, but regarding someone, the aforementioned individuals coming forward and apologizing, no, I can't, because I truly believe apologies should happen when the act occurs. The minute you bump into someone, you say, well, I'm really sorry about that. Or if you have an accident, I'm so sorry. But not 1, 5, 20 years later. I just think that it's not owed. I think you have to send them over to God and say, you know what? I already forgave you, but this is something you have to take up with God, because I don't have the ability to accept your apology. So, anyways, that's how I feel about it. You can comment if you do it different. I appreciate your input. But, anyways, that's all I wanted to say, and I will be back.